Hello everyone, this is Darren here with Creativity Unleashed, and in this video I'm going to show you guys how to weld the chassis on your lawnmower and repair the wheels when they start to break off or if it's already broken off. Of course, make sure the gasoline is out of the mower before welding or tipping it over because it often will come out of the carburetor. Alright, so we have to disassemble a little bit of this to get to it, clean it up, and we'll get a weld on it. And often it's necessary to drain the oil out of the engine so that it doesn't drain into the carburetor and air filter. Here you can see that the chassis is just almost completely broken through, and we'll be cleaning it up here with an angle grinder. I'm using about a 60 grit flap wheel, which works really well for cleaning off paint, and we have to tap on it a bit and straighten things out to get more of its original alignment. All the welding is going to be done with the Everlast 200 STI, which is an excellent inverter welding machine that has just about every parameter you would want to set up for stick welding or shielded metal arc. And we're using a 1/16 7024 electrode from Harbor Freight. They work really well on nice and cheap metal like this, and it keeps you from getting holes burnt through, but still maintaining good, strong welds with good penetration. Often when welding on thin sheet metal, I have found that it's much more practical and easier to do short segments of welding and to just stack a lot of beads, essentially doing nice short areas. It keeps things from distorting and warping and burning holes, and it just makes things go a lot better. And if you feel like it's necessary after getting it all welded up, you can just turn it up a little bit and go over all your welds a little bit hotter, and that will ensure a nice, even, consistent finished result. And if you don't have a welding machine, it's been quite amazing over the last several years how much the inverter welding machines have improved and the prices have dropped for right around $100. There are quite a few very decent welding machines available that will do a wide range of capabilities of material thicknesses and what you can do with them. And it's definitely a very useful skill to have, to know how to weld and be able to service metal things as they break and need repaired. So definitely worth considering. So if you're wondering why this broke in the first place, there are multiple culprits, and let's just go over some of them. So one of the problems is the motor is bolted directly to the metal deck, which causes the vibrations to go straight into the metal, and then they get transferred to the wheels and causes it to be very stressed when causes them to break there. Now the other problem is it's just stamped out of sheet metal, and the stamping process leaves stresses in them that, if they're not heat treated correctly, will stay in the metal, and then they're more susceptible to vibration and other things, which will cause them to break more easily. So essentially they are just pretty junky, and so it causes them to break. There's obviously a lot of fixes they could do to make this not occur in the first place. One would be, of course, rubber motor mounts, as well as heat treating the deck and potentially making it out of a better quality metal could do that as well. In my experience, very often the motors way outlive the deck of the mower and wheels and everything else. Especially the Honda motors tend to way outlast the decks, and it just goes to show how poorly made a lot of the mowers really are. One of my observations, of course, is so many of the mowers nowadays don't even put ball bearings, which of course would make them easier to push and handle and last much longer, the wheels. And if you even look at a lot of the riding mowers, they skimp out and don't even put ball bearings, and it just goes to show that they don't care enough about their product for it to last at all, really. Alright, I think this wraps this repair up. The wheels are all really solid. I've seen in the past, over many years of experience repairing these, that it can break in a different spot, but usually it won't break in the same spot where it was welded, and it usually solves the problem for a very long time. So I hope this helps you out and you have a great one.